offering plate, we handle on 24, 3 through 4. Especially ain't us, God now uses to distinguish you. Because God knows how to flip the script. They told us to put our hand behind our back. Our right hand had to go behind our back. Not to honor God, but to make sure that we didn't look like a threat. They told us to keep our dominant hand behind us. Not out of respect, but to prove to them that we were not a threat and that we were not dangerous. They said, keep your dominant hand behind your back so you can prove to me that you're not stealing from the offering plate, but God. Because what was meant to humble us, he used to honor us. Now, when we stand with our right hand behind our back, we're not high post. It means I may not be on the program, but I'm in position with my right hand behind my back, mind stayed on Jesus, heart fixed on the assignment, because the order is not optional. This is not tradition anymore. This is consecration. Somebody need to talk about it. Somebody need to tell somebody what you learned here today. Because this hand behind my back, these white gloves I wear, they are a sign that I have been called to the door. We serve God who knows how to flip the script. You can start out one way, but you ain't got to stay that way. And the sons of Korah came from rebellion and pride, but they made a choice to stand on the Lord's side. They drew the line and they made a different choice than the choice of their father. They said, we've seen what happens when pride takes the lead. Now we choose to serve in humility. We've seen what it looks like to chase status and position. And now we are chasing the presence of the Lord. We saw what destroyed our father, and we refuse to repeat it. And so it seems that the sons of Korah had been away from Jerusalem and the temple, and they were making a pilgrimage back into the sanctuary. So Psalm 84 is a pilgrimage song. They were traveling along and they were singing. They were traveling along and they were making a joyful noise unto the Lord. They were traveling along and they were longing for the presence of the Most High God. And so they wrote in Psalm 84:1, how lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of heaven. I long, yes, I faint with longing to enter the courts of the Lord. I just need to get back into your presence. That's what they were saying as they were traveling on their way back to the temple. And verse 5 says, blessed are those whose strength is in you, whose hearts are set on the journey back to you. As they pass through Baca, they make it a place of springs. Now, Baca is said to be a valley, but I found out in my study that Baca is not a geographical location. But it's that dry place, that weeping place, that place between almost and not yet, that place where you know that you've made it out of Egypt and you're making progress, but you haven't quite made it to the promised land. The place where you don't have the strength to serve anymore. How many of you been there? The place where you don't know how you're going to make it through. The place where you don't know if you can take another blow. The place where your hope is fading and you don't know if you can keep on standing by the door, smiling while all hell is breaking loose all around you. And you don't shout in Baca. You don't skip through Baca. You don't dance through Baca. You press through Baca. You crawl through Baca. You weep through Baca, and you worship anyway, because the word Baca literally means weeping. And let's be honest, some of us who stand at the door, some first aiders, some people who sing on the praise team and sing in the choir, the people who play instruments, work in the background, work the screen, and preach from the pulpit are in Baca. And I've come to discover that we're either going through we're in Baca, or we're coming out of Baca. All of us are going through a weeping season. We're in a weeping season, or we're coming out of a weeping season. But we're still here, and we're still serving the Lord. But here's the power of verse 5. It doesn't say that God turns Baca into springs. It says that they turn it into springs. As they pass through the valley of Baca, they make it a place of springs. That means that your praise has power in the valley. That means that your posture can shift the atmosphere. That means if you don't give up in the dry place, God will make it rain. You may be crying, but keep on standing. You may be tired, but keep on marching. You may be overlooked, but keep on serving. You may be forgotten, but keep on ushering. You may be alone, but keep on walking. Because if you pass through Baca with your heart set on God, you won't just come out of the dry place, you will come out refreshed. And the sons of Korah said, we made it a place of springs. How many of you know that if you keep on moving, you can turn your situation around? If you keep on praising, you can turn your situation around, and you will come out refreshed. God don't waste your tears in Baca. He don't waste your tears in Baca. They became living water in Baca. Those tears, they brought about growth in our lives so that we remain sensitive to the needs of others when we serve them. If I ain't never had to cry, I wouldn't be able to sympathize with those that do. If I never had to press, I would always think that everybody else was being dramatic when they were going through. If I never had to struggle,